Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to this latest video weather briefing update. We wanted to update this for you and talk about the ongoing storm, but also the next storm due to arrive Monday, December 30th. This is Alex Hardy, meteorologist with National Weather Service. All right, we are expecting a continuation of heavy snow, especially in the San Bernardino Mountains on the desert side through early Friday. And the next storm, after a dry period Friday afternoon through Sunday, is due to arrive Sunday night, with the main impact being on Monday right before New Year's Eve. Looks to be a similar type of storm with low snow levels and moderate type precipitation. We have started off the year very wet, especially in Southern California, where we're now widespread about 2 to 3 times as much compared to average to this date in those purple shaded areas. So very wet start, and all of these storms have come down from the north, with a couple of them, including recently, tapping into some tropical moisture, at least briefly, to our south. Storms have been coming down literally from Siberia and Alaska over a massive upper level ridge of high pressure anchored in the eastern Pacific for the past several months. All right, here's a look at the 24-hour precipitation. And it was heavy across Orange, LA County, spilling into the Inland Empire. Widespread 2 to 2.5 inches of rain. Almost everywhere saw about an inch of rain. And even down in SanDiego County, all the way down to downtown SanDiego, about an inch to an inch and a half of rain just in the past 24 hours. Quite a bit of spillover of about a half inch or so, even in the lower deserts and the upper deserts. Now, we also saw significant rises on the SanDiego River, got up to its highest point this year so far at 10.5 feet, which does cause significant flooding in around the Fashion Valley Mall area. Some of the snowfall reports we received as of Thursday morning. One of the winners was the top of Mount Baldy Road at the base of the ski area, 28 inches of snow. Wrightwood Town, 25. The desert side, Phelan, 12 inches. Crestline, 12. Now, those areas aren't done, and we'll talk a little bit about that, with significant snow that is expected to especially hit the Big Bear area through early Friday. Down in SanDiego County, it was a little bit less in most places, up to around 10 inches so far, Palomar Mountain, and 4 inches at Anza, Julian area, and down all the way to Buckman Springs, a couple inches of snow accumulated. All right, we are expecting more snow, and it'll be heavy, wraparound type. So winds coming from the north to northeast, wrapping the moisture around that big L or upper level low. And that is why the target area will be the high deserts. This is additional snowfall through Thursday evening into Friday morning of 6 to 12 inches of snow, with snow levels as low as 3,000 to 3,500 feet. So the high desert will see a few more inches, and especially the dry side of the slopes, such as Big Bear, where they could receive as much as 18 additional inches of snow on top of the 6 to 10 they saw today, Thursday. Precipitation looks like this. Really light on the coast, because this is actually an offshore flow coming in from the northeast. So all of the precipitation will really be focused on the dry north-facing slopes, the high deserts, and the mountain areas. We will see some showers from the instability along the coastal areas, but generally 1/10 of an inch or so of additional precipitation. Now for Storm 2, really Storm 3 in a series, it is expected to arrive on the 30th, probably early on Monday the 30th, and it looks widespread and targets the coast all the way up to LA with half inch to a little over an inch. And that will spread and taper off as you go east towards the deserts. But some of our mountain areas, as much as an inch to an inch and a half of new precipitation for this next storm. It'll be a cold storm, so notice that Interstate 15 on this map is highlighted with additional couple inches of snow is expected. It is not nearly as cold, so it looks like snow levels may be 500, 800 feet, a little bit higher, but nonetheless still impacting areas between 3,500 and 4,000 feet. This is another cold nature snow. So generally fluffy snow, meaning high snow ratios like 12-1 over the ski resorts, which is very nice, fluffy snow, where they could receive over a foot from that storm on December 30th. Down near the snow level, of course, the ratios will be much lower, like 5-1 type of thing. SanDiego County won't get the brunt of the storm again, but still an additional several inches to as much as 10 inches, up around 6,000 feet in SanDiego County mountains. Also note that a little bit of snow could also again impact the Santa Ana mountains as well. So another cold storm looks like targeting our region December 30th. If you have plans to go through the mountain passes on the 15 or the 8, check the forecast before you go, or check the Caltrans quick map. All right, here are the highlights for that storm. Heavy snow in the San Bernardino Mountains, Riverside Mountains through tonight. Additional 5 to 12. In the SanDiego Mountains, it looks like an additional couple inches of snow. Most of the snow will be above 3,500 feet, with some snow making it all the way down to 3,000 feet. Very similar storm track coming from the north for our December 30th storm, so nearly as cold, and we do expect snowfall to impact our passes again between 3,500 and 4,000 feet. Where are these storms coming from? The current storm that's wrapping moisture across the Big Bear area is right over us, as shown here. It came directly from the north, and that is also where the next storm labeled on here is going to come from. So on Monday, that storm takes the same path along the red line, the jet stream, and parks itself over the California Bight, stalls out, and brings the coldest of the air right over Southern California with a little bit of moisture tap from the south and plenty of instability and forcing. And notice the massive upper level ridge of high pressure that just won't go away, but has really allowed the door to be wide open to these storms coming from the north. I don't see another storm, so early January to mid-January right now appears to be dry. Here are some of the highlights. Take a moment to look at these as they might affect your area or your travel area, especially for the December 30th storm. And then if you are traveling on the 26th to 27th with our ongoing snowstorm. High impact to our mountain pass elevations. All right, lowdown on some of the major highlights. Same type of storm pattern continues with cold air diving down from the north. That's typically a dry source, but they have been tapping enough moisture just to the south when they turn the corner in SanDiego, and we have seen yet again significant precipitation. We're going to call it wraparound precipitation for the dry side of the San Bernardino Mountains through Friday morning. It's going to be a dry weekend, but we want to highlight that icy road conditions down to 2,500 feet due to this cold air mass in place, and also inland valley fog in areas that do clear out a little bit. We do have moderate to high confidence now for the storm coming in for looks to be December 30th is the target date. Right now, New Year's Eve of the 31st looks dry if that storm kicks out of here. But Monday looks widespread rain and snow above 3,500 feet for the snow. This is a northwest flow track, so it's ideal for very dry, fluffy snow for our ski resort level. But of course, if you're near the snow level, it's going to be a very wet, sloppy snow. Possible some subtropical moisture getting tapped in again as this storm slows down on Monday, December 30th. But by far and large, these are cold, polar type storm systems coming directly from Alaska. Tune in to weather.gov SanDiego for the latest information on this active weather pattern, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Stay safe, check the forecast and Caltrans Quick Map before your departure on any travels during this holiday week.